Hi Aries, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Aries, this is going to be your current energy check-in for the time being, and then we will get the May videos out. Aries, so interesting. I was doing some meditating before I dive into this. Spirit showed me, you guys, it's like you're climbing up a hill and then almost like sliding back down it. It's very, very interesting energy. The one message they gave me, hollow attempts at different things will not transform your desires. So discern that accordingly for each and every single one of you, and we'll of course lay the cards down and see what happens. Aries, this will be for your sun, your moon, and let me fix this. I'm afraid it's gonna fall. There we go. Okay. Just quick correction there. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so Aries, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watchers, if that is you. Discern things accordingly, of course. Remember that roles can be reversed. For those of you who have liked, shared, commented, and subscribed to the channel, as well as for those of you who have reached out to me for personal readings, I appreciate each and every single one of you so very much, and I thank you for that. You help keep the channel doing what it does and growing, and I appreciate that so very much from the bottom of my heart. So Aries, let's see, what else? I think that's about it. So sun, moon, rising, and your Venus, if that is your thing, right? All right, Aries, some interesting energy that I seen through that meditation. There was another message that came through, and as it was coming through, it's like Spirit has been down giving me so many downloads. It's been hard to kind of keep up with them. So there was another message in there that I lost, but if it's meant to come back up, I trust that it will. So, all right, Aries, let's see what is going on for you. You know, that mountain that I've seen, like you're kind of climbing it. It's like, it's almost like you're getting up to a level, and then it's kind of like, it's almost like you're dropping right back down to where you were, is how it felt to me. So it can just be challenges that you're facing at this time. I feel like too, when I was meditating, that it's like you had a lot of fiery energy, obviously, moving through your season. But now that we're in Taurus season, it's like this slowdown of certain things in your life. So this could be work, love, you know, anything. But it seems like there's this massive slowdown, and it's like it's kind of catching you off guard. You might feel like you're losing a little bit of footing, like you're moving, losing traction instead of moving through it. So that can just kind of it's like a kick to the pants kind of feeling for you guys. Like it's like everything was going good, now everything's going wrong. So just watch where you're putting your focus. You know, keep it on the good. So let's see, Aries. What does Aries need to know? Current energy, spirit, discernment, and divine masculine. I seen 202 earlier when I looked up, and then here you have 22 and 2s and zeros. So you may feel like you're kind of with that zero, you know, that's infinite. It just keeps, you know, cycles closing, cycles opening. That too can also be divine protection as well, and unifying things in your life for you at this time. So don't take it as nothing is moving forward. Very important that I think that you know that. So let's see what comes up. Divine masculine, and if I remember right, Aries, I think you guys had that divine masculine kind of energy before, if I remember right. So let's see, Aries, what does Aries need to know? Spirit, allowance. And I said about the earth, you know, Taurus energy, it's pentacle energy, you know, slow moving. I always see it more so as the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Cups. Okay, that came up for a reason. We'll address that. The Knight of Pentacles. Mercury retrograde. Gotta love it, right? So that Earth card reminds me. Oh, there's one on my lap here that fell. Okay, well, we'll address all three of these. Consciousness. I didn't even know it was laying there. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. If you're in a very focused, narrowed mindset, with the meditation I got coupled with this, if you're focused on just one way of doing things, you may have to expand to understand how every part of your life needs to integrate with each other. So just be very aware of that, that your attention, it's almost like the need to multitask at this time. Giving a little bit to everything, it's like you're going to have to nurture things in all avenues. And I feel like you may have a hard time doing that sometimes. Like you just focus on one thing, and it's hard to kind of hone in on all the little things. For some of you, it's like, understand that at the center of whatever it is that's in your life, that is your foundational energy. Yes, have that stable foundation, but there's all these other moving parts of your life right now that are also going to require a little bit of love and attention too. So don't be afraid to step into those things. You know, maybe make a day for just this, then a day for just that. Don't get caught up in a to-do list either, but still recognizing that life is not just one way, but it goes out in various forms. This allowance, the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. And again, there's that, you're going from the 8 to the 9. I don't feel like you feel stuck or stagnant. I just did Scorpio's video, and they were in a very, I weren't stuck, but just recognizing that things were moving, and if they didn't seem, if they were moving fast. I just feel like I need to reiterate to all of you that Taurus season is a slower moving energy, right? So even if you were in this I don't want to say humdrum, but this just go kind of mode for a while, and you feel like things are kind of backstepping, or it's like not moving along as fast as you would like it, it feels like your fire is kind of dying out, because it's like a new space for you of not having this mass, like get up and go. It's okay to pause and reflect. Again, we're in Mercury retrograde, right? So it is about reflecting and reevaluating things too. But don't get stuck in one way of doing things, because there are so many things outside of you, I think, that are going on right now that it's just not on your terms. So when it's not on your terms, it's like, you know, you get uncomfortable because you don't feel like you have the control over it. So just let it blossom for you, rather than trying to just see it one way or do it just one way. Need to ground your energy, because I feel like, how do I put this? It's like you can't quite focus, right? And I feel like if you can ground your energy, all these little things around you that need to occur or are calling for your attention as well, it's going to be more easy for you to flow through these things, rather than coming at it with this fiery attitude of it's got to be done now, it's got to be done right this second. Sometimes it's not going to be done right that second. I understand there may be delays, especially through this eclipse season. It's for a reason. And Spirit is saying in 2 to 3 weeks it's going to balance out anyhow. So don't get caught up. Ground your energy at this time. And you have this Earth card. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual, and aspects of our nature. The one thing that I see very clearly between these 3 cards is it's asking you to account for all things, not just one thing. For some of you, and Spirit's giving me this, if this is just business with you, or this is just family with you, understand that there's business outside of family. Understand that there is family, or there is business outside of family. So, you know, integrate, flip-flop, put wherever it needs to go for you, discern accordingly. But it's understanding all avenues. You may need to even give thought to the other people around you at this time. And it's like, I don't want to say that you're being selfish, but it's like there's just that one way. So you're going to have to be flexible and think about how what's going on is affecting everything around you, not just you. Okay? I'm not saying that you're selfish, Aries. It's just where your thought process is at this time. So what does Aries need to know here, Spirit? Like, if you guys feel like you got nervous energy, I feel like nervous now all of a sudden that I'm doing your reading, and I wasn't feeling that before that. I was feeling very grounded. So you guys have some nervous energy. This is also a period of transformation for you, Aries. Befriending pain and receiving elation. So befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Again, to me, this is reaffirming that this space for you outside of this one center of your thought process, I'm really getting swordsy kind of energy with this, is once you recognize what it is about those situations that make you uncomfortable, you'll be able to understand more about why it makes you uncomfortable. Receiving elation. I am born of infinite joy. Your joy with this is coming from a learning process that I think you're failing to see, or maybe just having a hard time. I would say failing to see, but just having a hard time understanding how that works for you. Okay? So just embrace all of it. I think that's the biggest thing here, is for you to embrace all of it, not just parts of it. Life is so multidimensional, as the consciousness card spoke of, and allow those things to flow into your life and out of your life as they need to. Do not get caught up in one way. Okay, very important. Alliance and space. Spirit said nobody's coming to hurt you. So whatever that means, like, and they're saying that you're not in competition. So what are you concerned with right now? You know, just going with what they're giving me here, but what does Aries need to know at this time, Spirit? Magnetism. You are being drawn in to something that I feel like it seems to be distorted for you. It's just something that you're not grasping a full, how do I put this? You can't make heads or tails of it because it seems so foreign to you, but you're being drawn into something. Okay? And that is, I think, part of that discomfort that you need to make nice with. Because I do feel like the idea of you being dead center of something is limiting your ability to see outside of yourself at this time. So just because it's not the way that you envisioned it or the way you would prefer it to be does not mean that it's not meant for you. It's kind of like, and I use the love aspect a bit to explain things, because I think that's the one thing in life that we can all relate to without a doubt. It's kind of like thinking about like the person that you desire in your life, and that person, you have this complete vision of who they are, what they look like, what they do, how they behave, you know, everything. And then this person comes in and catches you off guard, and they are nothing like you thought your soulmate or this person in your life would be or look like or present themselves as. So it's like, because this seems so not you, you're very standoffish to it. It's like, well, you know, I can't possibly integrate that into my life because it's not the way that I see it to be, you know. So you're going to have to become very open-minded about these changes, or how things are kind of sliding back down a little bit, so that you can see your way forward, is how I feel about that. Stretch. With that, I heard Spirit say, use your imagination. Imagine all the possibilities. Open yourself up. Like, you know, when we're closed-minded, you know, and this could be, I know I feel the need to say, this could be somebody you're dealing with, so this could be it too. When we're closed-minded, we're kind of like in that fetal position, right? We're closed off. We can't see anything outside of that little bubble that we've put ourselves into. But when you stretch and you expand yourself, you get to see things in all these different ways. You're seeing all these different angles, and the sky for what it is, and the world around you. And I feel like there's a need to come out of that little bubble of whatever you've created, this safe space that expands your consciousness, that allows you to view things in a different way, that you are making nice with all the things that might not feel so great to you, because it feels like it tends to throw you off course just because of who you are. And you are calling in. You will call in things to you that are meant for you, even if it doesn't make sense right now, or you can't quite picture it. It may feel almost distorted or illusionary to some extent, because you're not able to see the way your life is coming together at this time, or how maybe persons or situations are going to come in and transform things for you. It's like you're there, and I feel like there's a curiousness within you guys too, to see what this is, but there's also a fear maybe, and I'm going to call it judgment and opinion, that is what is holding you back from moving forward. Okay, so you apply that to whatever area of your life that seems to fit, but that is very much how it feels to me. All right, Spirit, let's get you guys some cards. Spirit for Aries, please. What does Aries need to know at this time? What does Aries need to know at this time of their current energy? 10 of Pentacles and the Hermit. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. You may be dealing with a Virgo. Or maybe you have those placements in your chart, but those two cards were very imperative in Scorpio's reading that I just did. Okay. So for Aries. Remember, guys, you know, your sun, your moon, your rising, potentially your Venus as well. You know, look at all of those videos that I stick out there, because they're going to give you a better idea in various areas of your life of what's ruling at this time. I said about that Swords energy, there it is. We'll come back to that. But taking a look at all those videos are going to give you more of a well-rounded perspective of what's happening. I feel the need to say to you, Aries, for some reason, that it's likely that all three, sun, moon, and rising, will really resonate in some area of your life at this time for some reason. So just be aware of that. All right, Spirit for Aries. What does Aries need to know at this time? You gotta let go of doing things in a way. You guys, I know you're not a fixed sign, but some of you, when you get in that stuck energy of like, this is the way it is, good luck moving you. Good luck moving you. And I feel like through that, you end up cheating yourself out of new opportunities and growth. The Queen of Cups and the Empress with the Seven of Wands at the bottom. Aries. Beautiful, beautiful energy there. I'm hearing from Spirit that love is not enough. It's like, it's funny to me. It's about like the aesthetics of how you're seeing something, which is really interesting energy coming from the Empress and the Queen of Cups. But, you know, the cards mean what they mean, but I do more of it, intuitively. Your emotions are really riding high right now at this time. Like, it's like they go from muddled and mucked to flow. And then it's like you're pushing them back or pushing them down. But you're also defending why you feel the way you feel about certain things. The Empress, though, you know, she's beautiful, she's lavish, she's growth, she's abundance. You're nurturing it, and I feel like you have nurtured it. So maybe whatever this need to be within the centered aspect of your idea is, if it has felt good for so long, it has really worked for you. And I feel like there's the need that you feel you need to defend how you feel, why you feel the way you feel. And I won't say that it hasn't worked for you, because it has, right? Like, it has provided you with great new opportunities, and it does make you feel good. So fair enough, right? Like, this is beautiful energy to be in. My question, and we'll pull it as it moves forward, is I want to say, this may have been that season for you, right? Remember, we're moving into Aries and Libra through eclipses and things like that. Those, what do they, I don't know, they call them oppositions, trines. I'm still learning a lot about astrology. I'm no astrologer for sure. but know a good bit about it. But either way, we were in Scorpio, Taurus. We're getting ready to move into Aries and Libra. You may find this really affecting your growth, because this is also about, like, it's our north and our south nodes, right? It's needing to learn, understanding what we've already learned in the past. So it's like you might be fighting this change. It's like, I already know, we're good. Like that crown on the Empress's head is just going, well, I've already earned this. Like, I already know. But don't be afraid to know more. Don't be afraid to explore more. But I do feel like you're a bit defensive with that Seven of Wands at the bottom on defending your beliefs and your ideas for what they are, because it's always been this way. And again, not saying that it hasn't served you, because I do believe that it has, but it could also be the need to understand it differently. For whatever reason, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on that before I open my chops. You've reaped the rewards of good things. You really, really have. But don't get solely caught up in just that. Now, the one other thing that I'm seeing here, and I want to clarify this before I open my mouth, because I'm not getting enough about it to explain it, I think, the way that I need to. So what is these two women? What is the Queen of Cups and the Empress about regards to love? Aries, be careful. Because all of a sudden I seen this Queen of Cups and the Empress not as one, but as a split of two separate people. Page of Swords, communication, understanding, researching. Six of Swords in reverse, going back. I'm hearing from Spirit to the drawing board, the Four of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. And I said the Knight of Cups by accident earlier when I said the Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Let me remind you, we're in Mercury retrograde. The past tends to return, right? You may have somebody coming in or returning after they think they have gained knowledge of you, or you have gained knowledge of them. And I feel like they're coming in making a poised and steady offer, but whatever this is, you're remembering how difficult the communication was in trying to work together with this person. You walked away from that at some point, but it's also now a return of something there. That Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords. It was a lot of, and I said I got a lot of mental type energy with this, right? That air energy. This to me is like, if this person is coming in and telling you that they've changed, be cautious of that. I feel like if this is a matter of love and someone returning from your past, and remember that past returning doesn't have to be love. It can be other friends or situations or who the hell. For some of you, it might be somebody that worked for you. Just saying. But it's like they're coming in and it's like they've strategized what your expectation of them might have been. And now they're coming back making you some kind of offer that they've got their shit together. That's how that feels to me. They're coming in appearing to be more stable and grounded. Now, Spirit, now they're wanting to settle down. So if you dealt with somebody in the past that was flighty, didn't show up for work, a relationship situation maybe that they couldn't quite commit to something, now it's like on their terms, and this could be you, Aries. Now they're ready to settle into this. I just want to go, can this be trusted? It's retrograde. You need to be aware. Did they actually change? Queen of Wands. Aries, I just want to say you know better. Nothing's really changed. Six of Pentacles. They want to give. Wanting to give. For some of you, if this is love, I feel like you're likely, with reservation, give this a shot. It's almost like you're being pressured into going against your intuition. If it starts off good, great. Okay? But I also feel this need that whoever this is coming in to renew something that maybe they feel like they missed an opportunity with you. And that's okay. You know, like we do those things sometimes against our better judgment. But I just want to say, make sure it's not for self-serving purposes. I don't know that this person has actually healed as much as they might say. I think their intentions might be well-founded. But what concerns me is, instead of being in a state of flow with this person, it's like they went back and analyzed what it is that you wanted. So are they making themselves into somebody that they're not to fit into your world? Okay, that's the key thing here, is, are they making themselves into something that they're not to fit into your world? Are they temporarily morphing into who you desired them to be? It has to that has to not just be a change for now, but for the long term. So I would be careful of the investment that you make with this person, because you'll see, you know, if it's a falsified foundation based upon what they think you want of them, this isn't going to be able to be sustained. What is the outcome of this situation for Aries with this person? What is the outcome of this situation? What is the outcome? Yeah. Page of Cups, the Tower, the Moon, Page of Wands. You know, for each of you, it's going to be different. I feel like they're selling you a dream, but there's something that they're not. Whatever action they say that they have taken to rectify whatever was wrong in the past, I feel like they're likely to get careless and reckless again with those emotions. So you discern accordingly. I'm not going to tell you, hey, nay, yay, whatever, either way. But I would discern, yeah, the past was heartbreak and, you know, BS. They're trying to get in touch with their emotions. They feel left out in the cold. I feel like you might end up disappointed. When you got people coming back during Mercury retrograde, really be discerning of that, okay? Just be aware. I won't say that it will or won't work, but they really have to make a legitimate change. There's that Six of Pentacles I seen over here when I was just kind of nosing into that for you guys. I don't know that it's going to be equal and balanced for the long run, for the long, you know, the long haul there. All right, for Aries, High Priestess, Hangman in reversed. There you are, Aries. Like, and Pisces also, it's like, if you don't understand what it is, that it's like you're sitting in a space of confusion to me, that this is the way you've always done it. We're going to go back to the original storyline here. The way that you've always done it, it's like you don't see, and I talked about that illusionary energy earlier with this magnetism, like not understanding how this is going to turn into something for your better benefit. And there is a need to see it differently. I think that you are taking a rigid approach in just the way that you're seeing it. You're very stuck in your own way of doing things, seeing it almost in a backward sense. But that backward sense is becoming your sense, whether or not Spirit's saying you want to move forward. So it's like, because you don't understand it, and you're not trusting, it's like you're being nudged, you feel that nudge, but you're not trusting this because, again, it's the way that you've always done this. So it's, why would I change it up now? I give to it, it gives to me. Why would I want to see that any differently? But there is a great need for you to move forward, to do this differently than what you have, because it's almost like you've outgrown a particular space. Death card in the reverse, not letting it transform. It's going to knock you off a balance. That Death card in the reverse with the Justice card. You're going to be forced to a timeout to reevaluate this if you don't take the time out to reevaluate this. I just constantly feel this push and pull for you, Aries, of how do I put this? There's this push and pull energy that you know something has got to be moved. But there's a fear attached to how that's going to play out. I mean, there's no other way. It sounds like repetitive energy. But I'm going to say this to you. This is massive change. Of the 6 cards that I've got on the board, you've got 5 majors. That's a big freaking deal. Understand that this is fated. You can't change it. And you've got that Libra card. You've got Aries. You start with Aries, you end with Libra. This Aries-Libra time frame, as it rolls in, is going to be massive transformational energy for you. Get ready to be in flow with it, and you need to let go of control. You are going to be forced to see it in another way. Your soul's going to go through massive, massive growth as this transforms, and whatever has been wronged or righted or whatever you want to call it, it's like karmic stuff is needing to play out here. And it's the people around you that need to be held accountable, will be held accountable. There is the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. If 3 and 3, and then on the bottom the Empress 3, 3, 3, 3, and you've got the Empress sitting right there too. This is karmic healing. Some of you may have dealt with hurt and pain from a mother figure in your life. You may be choosing new partners that are coming in. And I told you about that mountain earlier when I was meditating. It's not quite the same depiction, but I said it was like going up, right? That kind of thing. It felt to me like you were right here and you kept sliding back down. You might be disappointed with some of the things that you've dealt with in the past as well. You've outgrown those situations. You've bossed up in your life. You've created a whole new life for yourself. And again, if you've got other people from the past returning, be discerning of that. They're coming back for a purpose of opportunity. It's opportunistic energy to me. The Truth, the Hierophant. You guys, these cards are so crazy for you. Like this is very, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Scorpio. Very powerful reading. This is opportunistic. And through those, you've got somebody around you that's opportunistic of the situations. And I just seen 333 again, PS. But it's also the fact that through this pain of the past, you've healed this. You may have been dealing with different people. It's very interesting to me. Some of you may be being guided from the other side as well through this. But now here comes this change and this shift, and I can't find the right word today for this Aries Libra. I don't even know why I can't think of it. There's that 7 of Wands again, holding on. But it's like, this is going to be a massive two-year period for you for some reason that's going to shift karmic cycles and things for you. But you're going to have to be open to understand how this is working to your highest good. Okay? All right, this High Priestess. There is a need to cut off communication that is harbored in the past. The Lover's card. Freeing yourself up from things that were not serving of you. But there you are, that Hangman in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, but you're still, you're not listening to yourself. That Page of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the High Priestess and the Hangman. You are not listening to yourself. You are making the choices of the past over and over again because you found that they worked. They worked during that phase in your life. Now they need to move forward. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, this Death and Justice. What is this about? Five of Pentacles, the Strength. This is what I will say. Positive news, right? You will find a way out of this idea of loss, but, or what you, Aries, it really isn't a loss. That's the thing. You're seeing it as, it's got to be done this specific way, and it doesn't. But you're feeling like something is being taken from you if you don't act in a particular manner. But it's not. It's not. That's not the way it is. But I feel like, got the Seven of Swords on the bottom. This fox is sleeping with one eye open, and he's like, "This is mine. This is my territory, right? Like this is my stuff. These are my accolades. You don't get to take those from me." Nobody's taking anything from you. You're cutting yourself off by not recognizing that a new pathway is opening. So you need to open yourself up to recognizing that this was not a loss. Whatever this was, if you feel like you're losing something or some avenue, for some of you, if you know, in work, you may be being shifted maybe out of a department, or maybe there was, you had you have a business that's got multiple facets to it, and all of a sudden you're not doing this one anymore, or you're being pushed out, like you see the pentacles fall from that, like you're not having as much when it comes to that. It's a realignment. At the end of the day, Aries, it's a realignment to things that, you know, it's like one-hit wonders. It's like the new fad, right? So maybe for a while that worked, and then we get tired and bored with, you know, bell-bottom jeans when I was younger, right? Like that was the thing, or this particular style or this particular type of music, and we move on to the next thing. And as humans, we seem to integrate through music and those kind of things easier because it's new and shiny, right? Like it's some new gratification. But this part of it for you is like, you're not seeing it as a new opportunity. You're seeing it as taking away what made you stable to begin with. So you're not going to get knocked off your stability. You're just learning to do something new. And again, if this is a past person, moving on from something that's not serving you or didn't serve you, it's not going to hurt you. You've got more fire in your belly than you realize, I think, sometimes. And I think sometimes, Aries, you take that fire and you use it to just the exterior instead of that multidimensional we talked about earlier. It's like it can affect every part of your life. Let it affect it in a positive direction. So it's, you know, it's not just one thing. Or maybe some of you are trying to integrate work and love, trying to find that balance in that. All right, Aries, what a message. All right, for Aries, what is the advice, please, Spirit? What's advice for Aries? All right. Beautiful. This is the Kuan Yin deck. I love this deck. It's so pretty. All right. Advice, Aries. Sisters of the Rising Sun. You've got the Strength card over here with the Sun. You're going to be fine. Open up. All right, here we go. You are a highly creative being with the ability to help raise the vibration of consciousness. P.S. What did we start off with? Consciousness. On this planet through your creative projects and your dreams. Remain open to other souls joining forces with you. Just like the Sisters of the Rising Sun, who bring great energy to help humanity through their group endeavors, when you allow for aligned group effort, wonderful things can happen. It's okay if it's done in a different way, okay? The threshold. At the threshold you stand. Before you lies a way of being that is beyond fear. It is a sacred passing through a karmic veil into a new life of empowerment, peace, and unconditional love. You are coming home to love. I'm telling you, this is a karmic cycle for you guys. It might seem scary to you, but it's just because we're letting the mind overrun what we know is something new. It's like you guys are just going through a whole new way of life. And then the Ivory Swan Goddess. The Ivory Swan Goddess affirms your spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your inner light never fades, and it cannot be tainted. Release stories of guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your divine beauty. Be more of yourself and shine your loving divine light in the world. This Five of Pentacles in the reverse, that's what it reminded me of. That, you know, whatever it is that you felt you were lacking, right? So if this is past stuff, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. But if this is past stuff, really be aware of that. And it could be because this allowance card sounds a lot like this, because remember it stated to be open to whatever comes your way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we have guilt, shame, judgment, or fear, it is all of those things, and we form an opinion, and then we have judgment, and we have fear attached to that, and then we fight it. Stop fighting what is coming in for you for your highest good. You're starting a space of healing that I don't think you may not understand it right now, but it is going to be so beneficial for you moving forward. Okay, Aries? All right, guys. If you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. You know, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated for you. I always enjoy hearing feedback from everybody. Remember, check your other placements as well. And then, if you're interested in a personal reading to dive deeper into your own personal story, again, that information is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. So, Aries, I'm wishing you guys a fantastic week. Take care of yourselves. We'll get those May readings out to you soon, see what's going on in the month of May. But for now, this is where you are. Get ready to move forward. It's going to be very, very much of a use to you and for your soul's growth and purpose. All right, guys, take care. Sending you all my love. Bye.